Is it wise to work as a student? Yes, I think that's a good idea. That's a good question. The answer is yes. In our own time, when I was in university, the answer would be no. Most of us never worked, and it was a taboo, you know. But today's world, my answer is yes. If you have a chance to work, I have staff, you know, one or two staff that worked for me during COVID, and then went back to school, continued working, and came back to work. And has been an excellent staff. So what I don't like is allowing work to disturb your academics. Once a job starts disturbing your results, academics, then you need to stop. You need to scale back, reduce the work hours. Anytime you have an opportunity to do some work in addition to school, please don't hesitate. Take it, but make sure you combine it well with school. Okay, so if you want to travel to the UK, for example, or the US, anywhere for master's degree, I think it's a good idea if you can afford it. But if and mostly people do that because they want to ultimately relocate. They do it for relocation purpose. Brilliant. But if you're doing it for knowledge purpose, I'm not sure that's the best. Um, we go to many UK schools offering such programs at master's level. They don't teach it. They don't teach a lot of, um, you know, I would say people don't learn a lot. Um, the people don't learn enough to be able to quickly transition into the industry. No, you still have to learn a lot by yourself. People learn mostly theoretical stuff, so it might not enhance your knowledge, your professional knowledge in software development, especially from my experience in the UK. Most people that do masters in the UK are just a 1 year program, mostly theory, but it's good for you if your ultimate plan is to relocate and you need that degree, to relocate. Yes, but if it's to improve knowledge, spending a lot of money on a master's degree abroad is not a good idea. It's better to seek knowledge from organizations, private, smaller organizations that will teach you, professional, practical skills. Well, my simple answer is no. Don't drop out. Okay, if you're able to continue to combine that job with school, fantastic. But if that job is disturbing school, my suggestion: drop the job, focus on school. After school, you will have time to work. Believe me, acquiring that bachelor's degree will certainly help you in future. So you want to make sure that you prioritize school. But you can continue to learn coding on the side, but you should prioritize school and always do your best to finish that bachelor's degree. Okay, that it's not a bad idea that your biggest motivation is your desire to relocate from Nigeria. However, please understand that for you to get a chance to get those highly skilled visas for developers, you must be you must be very good. Most foreign employers prefer that you continue to live in your country. I mean, the companies that have hired you remotely from the US or from Europe, their preference is for you to remain in Nigeria because it costs them less. So most of them are not motivated to even help you with your visa process of relocating to their countries, certainly. However, for the companies that will file for you, will be willing to file visas for you, because the requirement for those visas are pretty tough. Government expects any developer coming to their country based to based on that development skill to be highly skilled. So bottom line, you have to be highly skilled to merit that. Unfortunately, I'll tell you that many Nigerian developers are not highly skilled, or most are not highly skilled. That's the bitter truth. And I consistently encourage developers in Nigeria to keep pushing themselves. Many of them are complacent. They feel they are there already and they don't really work harder. Some of them want to work harder, but the work volume, they're doing three, four jobs concurrently. That doesn't give them time to even learn new skills. They just focus on the money. But I think if you're out there, you're a developer already, you're thinking of traveling out, you need to reduce those multiple jobs and focus on learning more skills. You know, focus on improving your skills, get yourself to a senior level. That will enhance your opportunity of getting a job that can successfully file work permit visas for you. But clearly, most people will not be able to travel. Most developers in Nigeria will not be able to relocate based on their software development skill. That's the reality right now. But it's possible. Okay, so yeah, that's a good question. I think we need more women in software engineering. When I was in the university, I was chair of IEEE, and IEEE had something called Women in Engineering at that time. And there was a lot of funding from IEEE, encouragement, and that's what I think we need to do in Nigeria. It's not government's role. I think NGOs need to provide incentives, things like scholarships. For example, if you offer scholarships to girls only to study engineering, I think that will encourage some girls who are brilliant to go into engineering. So scholarships, incentives, bursaries, anything we can do, especially NGOs, not for profits, to encourage girls to go into engineering, that would be cool. I think Nigeria needs more women in engineering, and but I think not for profits are better suited to fix that than government. What I have to say is, school matters. I'm not going to say school doesn't matter, but you can still excel. For example, the top rated schools in Nigeria today are University of Ibadan, Unilag, OAU, maybe Covenant University, and so on, BNN. But I have seen people go to other schools, maybe mid-level schools, and still excel. So that you study computer science in UI or IFE doesn't mean you will excel in coding. It gives you a good advantage though, because you'll be pushed. You go through rigorous training in those schools, and you have competitive peers. But whether you go to a polytechnic or other newer schools, if you can put in your own personal commitment, you can commit yourself, you can put in your best, you can still excel and do better than people that went to the top schools in Nigeria. So school matters, but I'll say school is not the only thing that helps you to become the best developer. And so I wouldn't recommend, but I'll say do your best to get admitted into the best school, the best school in Nigeria, the best possible, let me put it that way, the best possible school you can get into, because school can certainly enhance your chances.